Maison Dorin, we own it, my wife and me, our family, about 18 years ago. And this Maison Dorin is one of the oldest house of or brand for cosmetic and perfume in France. And it was appointed as the perfumer of Marie Antoinette at Versailles Palace at 1870. It's the only house of perfume appointed officially by Versailles Palace in the history of France. Dorin, since 18 years, we worked very hardly to collect many items of its treasure of cosmetic and perfume since that time. And we permitted ourselves now to open officially our private museum, Dorin, in France. And we are the only brand in France who has such of museum, which now we are in discussion with the Ministry of the Culture in France to become the National Museum in France. You know that Dorin, they are the one who invented the lipstick. That's why 100 years ago, any lady in New York, if she wished to buy a lipstick, she used to say, "Give me one Dorin." It means lipstick. They were very famous in their powder for theater. Up today, in Japan, in South of Korea, when they want to say powder for theater, they name it Dorin. In Middle East, till now they use some plants to apply them on their lips, and they call it Deram, and it's coming from Dorin. So it was historic brand. So we started first to relaunch this house in the memory of everybody. We started with the perfume. So we chose one of their eldest perfume from that time, which named Un Air de Paris, which means scent from Paris. And it means also air musical from Paris or something like that. And we reformulate to be updated of today with the sanitary legislation, but we got exactly the same scent of 1886 of Un Air de Paris. And this is Un Air de Paris of today. It's a very rich perfume, powdered, fruity, and when you apply it and you wear it, you feel that you smell the perfume of the grandmother. It's the real perfume of other times. So we put it in a bottle like Eiffel Tower, but it could be very sensual Eiffel Tower. And we decorate it by hand, by gold, real gold, fine gold. So now, on 2007, we relaunched this perfume, Un Air de Paris Classic, we call it, Un Air de Paris Classic, which is the best up to date in the sales worldwide. We created 3 outsiders of Un Air de Paris. We made one floral with the rose of Bulgaria, one fruity with the fig, and one spicy for men, but mostly used by ladies also. I'm originally from Damascus, from Syria, You know, Damascus is the oldest town in the world, a live city. And we have in Syria the oldest rose, which we call it Rose of Damascus, Damascena scientifically. So this is the rose of Damascus. So we brought from Syria the rose, we brought the jasmine, and we brought the tuberose. But there's a flower which we call it fulla. In Europe, nobody knows about fulla. It's a very small white flower. When it's open in the daytime, morning, it dies in the evening. It lives only one day, one single day. We call it fulla, and it's very famous. The fragrance, it's something, I cannot explain how it is. I feel it, but I cannot explain it, unfortunately. You have to smell it to understand it. This is the fulla of Damascus. Last year we created 4 fragrances for the 3rd collection. We call it Aner Darabi, smell from Arabia or scent from Arabia. But we didn't make it as other brands to imitate the Arabian fragrances. We took their fragrances like oud, like musk, like amber, and like rose of Taif, and we treated in French way, in Parisian way, and it's because it will be worn by European, not only by Arab people from Middle East. So now we have the collection of the 4 fragrances of Aner Darabi. And this year, 2011, we are launching 2 fragrances, our last collection, which we call it Aner d'Amour, which means scent of love, with 2 fragrances, one for lady and one for men. And we put inside 2 fragrances, very, very exclusive. We then made them a mixture between European fragrance, French fragrances, and Middle Eastern fragrances. And the lady one, it's a chypre fragrance, which is mixture with a luban. It's a like of incense coming from Salalah Valley in Oman. So we mix them together and we have something very exclusive new. The main one, we came back to 19th century for the fragrances of that time in Europe and in Russia, what we call it the leather, Russian leather. So we made the Russian leather with a touch of other flowers from France.